Get set, because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
What's up, guys? That's right. It's 420. It's 420. And we are live. That is right. Hey, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to It's 420 Somewhere. I'm your host, Brian Brown. And what we do here is we count down to 420 every day. And we get into a whole mess of trouble in the meantime, guys. That's right. We count down to 420. We look at the wildest and wackiest videos on the web. In the meantime, we throw the top 5 at 420 at you guys. And then after we count down to 420, we get into the steak and potatoes, if you will, guys. Today is True Crime Thursday, and we are getting into a good one. We have a list. You know how I love my list, guys. I got the top 12 worst crimes on Christmas. That's right. These are Christmas true story crimes, guys. No, true story crimes, and they're really good. There's not a bunch of murder and death. Like, these are fun crazy Christmas presents that get the police called on people, crazy parades that get out of hand. That's right. So we are jumping into that on True Crime Thursday. Tomorrow's Fantastic Friday, guys, and I'm excited. Oh, man. If it's your first time joining us, make sure you're blowing up those comments. Let us know. Very, very awesome. Sometimes we just send out random prizes to first-time commenters, so it might be worth your while to throw and be like, hey, I'm Joe Blow. I'm commenting for the first time. Here's a swag bag. Just that easy, guys. All right. Speaking of giveaways, guys, we do weekly, we do monthly, we do yearly, we do all sorts of crazy giveaways, guys. And we are getting into our November to Dismember. The brackets are up. Everything's good. Voting is allowed. Voting is open. And it's also going to be on the dailydank.com. You can go to the community page here on YouTube and vote, or jump over on the dailydank.com and vote over there as well, guys. The new rounds have gone up, and we got a great one, guys. If you haven't seen, we'll go through, you know what, we'll do the top 5 at 420 real quick, and then we'll get into these here momentarily. All right, guys, the top 5 at 420 is brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Save some green on some green. $50 ounce right now, guys. Jump on over there. Man, it's fire. Don't forget the everyday dabs, too. All right, anyway, guys, we'll jump into this right now. And boom goes the dynamite. That's right, guys. Top 5 at 420 brought to you by the Healing Center. Head on down there, get some green, save some green on some green. All right, we got the top 5 pet fails, guys. Christmas. It's like, come on, let me open it. All right, number 4, guys. My mom, actually it was my childhood dog, but became my mom's dog later on, would if you tried to get near the pot box, it would let you have it like that. Who's going to get the present? Looks like Bella and Rosie, the bulldog. All right, number 2, guys. Oh my God. That's pretty awesome. Oh, how great is that? All right, number 1, guys. Little Dotson opening up a present. Like, let me get the... Oh, what a good dog. That's very cool. Very cool. Alright, that was your top 5 at 420, guys. Brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. We got a bonus round for you guys. He set that dog up. Dog's going, oh man, if it was catnip in there, I would be questioning it. Oh man, that was great, guys. That was your top 5 at 420. All right, guys, we got a couple minutes before 420, so get that dab rig, get that bong, get that pipe, get that joint, get that. Excuse me, man. I'm still kind of sick, guys. I'm still really sick, actually. But get that dab rig. Get everything out, guys, because we're going to celebrate 420. Let me know what you guys are smoking on. We got the new non-supernatural brackets out for November to Dismember, guys. And check out these matchups. We're going to get Ghostface versus the Hitcher from the Hitchhiker, guys. That's a pretty freaking good matchup there. I like that. Now we got another great matchup. Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs versus Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. What do you guys think, man? That's a good one. That's a really good matchup. Now we got Frank Zito from the movie Maniac versus Norman Bates. That's right, guys. Who are you going to pick there? We also got Hannibal Lecter versus Jigsaw. That's a great matchup there. Then we got the Gemini Killer versus Fright Night. So I did Fright Night. He has his name. I can't remember it. Jerry something. I just did Fright Night. I figured everyone would know what that is a little better. And you know what? Maybe he shouldn't be in here because that's kind of supernatural. But he fell through the cracks. All right. Up next, guys, we got Jack Torrance from The Shining versus the Blind Man from Don't Breathe. That's a pretty good matchup there, too. Another good one, guys. You got Max Cady. Cady? From, what the hell is that movie called? Oh, man. Cape Fear. Oh, blank for a minute. Cape Fear versus Mommy and Daddy from The People Under the Stairs. And last but not least, guys, we got John Doe from Seven versus Martin Birney from Sleeping with the Enemy. Now, this can only go one of one ways, guys, but I ran out of new supernatural villains, and he was on the list, so he made it, guys. All right, we got about 30 seconds for 420, guys. I'm excited. Boop, 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 boop. All right, blow up those comments. Let me know what you guys are picking in the November to Dismember, and also what you guys are smoking on. I got my everyday dabs somewhere around here. Got my everyday dabs, and I'm still getting into that blueberry muffin, the $50 ounce, man, because it is fire. I actually got to go re-up here pretty soon. All right, guys, we're getting ready for the wild weekend, but blow up those comments. Let me know, because we're celebrating 420 because it's 420. How was that 420, guys? I'm feeling good. Oh, that leaf buddy, that bloody leaf, that leaf buddy by Waku, sure saves my life sometimes, man. You know what? I don't cough as much. I can do it in between the segments. That bong kicks my ass. Sorry, guys. How was everyone's 420? How was everyone's little break, smoke and choke break, 420 break, whatever you want to call it. All right, guys, make sure you're blowing up those comments. We're going to get into True Crime Thursday right now, guys. All right, guys. True Crime Thursday. I'm excited. We got a bunch. Sorry, guys, I had to go grab some. We are doing the 12 days of giveaways for the holidays, guys, and we are doing at 7:10 in the morning. We unbox a advent calendar every day. We do 2 a day. That one is the Star Wars box. So on the It's 420 podcast, we are doing the Harry Potter Funko Pop Advent Calendar, guys. They're going to get 24. We're going to do 2 a day, except for we're going to do 4 today because we did not do one yesterday. All right, and what this is, guys, is every day I'm going to ask you a question of the day, and you're going to answer it. It's subjective. It's a great question. You can answer as many times as you want, different answers, whatever you want. And you're going to get entered to win a Daily Dank stocking full of swag and a t-shirt and a bunch of stuff in there. So make sure you're commenting and letting me know. Today, question of the day, guys, is what was your favorite holiday ornament of all time? Something that meant something to you, something that you bought, something that you thought was cool, whatever it may be. Blow up those comments and you're going to get entered to win. What we're giving away, we're going to do our holidays party. I'm going to be announcing the dates tomorrow, guys. It's a virtual party. Last year we had a whole ton of celebrities show up. We had the actor Douglas Tate that plays Michael Myers show up. We had Tom Savini, who's the master of horror. It's been in Pulp Fiction and a bunch of ton of movies. He's the creator. He does all sorts of masks and special effects. He showed up, took us to a tour through his workshop. Very, very cool. We read the night before the Die Hard Christmas, all sorts of cool stuff, guys. So we're going to be getting into that again, and what we'll do is we're going to have a mess of giveaways. And two of the giveaways that we're going to get, we're going to do the whole Funko Pop Harry Potter set and the whole Funko Pop Star Wars set. So you're going to get 2 different giveaways. 2 different people are going to walk out with 24 Funko Pops, guys. Mini ones. So first up, guys, is Harry Potter. That's right, we got him. First off the bat, Harry Potter, number 1. All right. Good old Harry. Harry, it's your birthday, Harry. All right, up next, guys, is number 2. We got Hermione. We got Hermione. Getting the core figures done right off the bat. Look at that. If this next one's Ron, I don't know. All right. We got the owl. That's really cool. And then number 4, guys, is... Make sure you're sharing all these with all your friends and stuff, guys. We're going to be doing a ton of giveaways. There's enough for everyone. We got... I can't think of his name. He was the dark arts instructor who was a fraud, who wrote all the books and ended up using like mind erasing techniques and stole people's stories, make himself sound good. I forget his name, but that's who we got. So that was 1 through 4, guys. We got Harry, Hermione, and Al, and the dark arts professor. All right, so the question of the day is, what is your all-time favorite Christmas decoration? I almost said Halloween. Christmas decoration. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us and tuning in and taking part of this, guys. A lot of giveaways. Oh, November to Dismember. You're gonna get entered to win this life-size Chucky doll, guys. Sorry, that's the other giveaway we're doing at the end of the month. Life-size Chucky doll. There's gonna be a Chucky autograph by the actor that plays Chucky and Andy as well, guys. All right, so man, every time you comment, every time you like, just blow up. The best bet is just go back and watch every video and just blow up the comments and share and like, and you'll win something, almost guaranteed. All right, guys, we are getting into True Crime Thursday and the top worst crime, not worst. These are Christmas crimes. All right, guys, up first we got the case of the so-called stolen chocolate out of Georgia. A man dressed as Saint Nick at the Atlanta Mall lost his patience in the worst way in 2004. His temper got the best of him, and he allegedly began to hit an elderly 74-year-old woman with a 2x4, convinced she had stolen over $100 worth of Hershey's chocolate from him. The woman died from the injuries, and Clark was sentenced to life in prison. Womp, womp, womp. What the? Now, they didn't say if she did steal it or not. And I'm not saying that all 74-year-old women steal. But I've hung out with some 74-year-old people, and I've seen them steal. But I don't know. But, man, woo. I wasn't expecting that one right off the bat, guys. Santa kills a woman over chocolate. Oh, my God. All right, up next, guys. The case of Santa on a motorcycle. In 2005 in Columbus, South Carolina, when a man dressed in a full Santa costume riding a decked-out motorcycle pulled up to a gas station and asked a family if they wanted to see the stuffed reindeer he had in the sidecar. The children walked up and take a closer look when suddenly this man grabbed the 8-year-old girl and sped off. Panicked, the father furiously chased after them and was able to retrieve the daughter. The Santa imposter was arrested. What the fuck? Oh my God. What would... God, man, that would... I would go primal. Someone steals my kids, especially dressed like, I don't know, man. I would chase them down. That'd be a hard one. On a motorcycle with your kid, you couldn't just run them over. Oh, man. Wow. These are a little darker than I had anticipated. Hopefully things get a little more cheery for us. All right. The case of taking candy from a Santa. Everyone knows not to take candy from strangers, but what about taking candy canes from Santa Claus? In 2009, in Pama, Ohio, a 12-year-old girl was flagged down by Santa hiding in the bushes. Well, that's your first clue. Offering her Christmas candy. The girl was wise enough to ignore this attempt, and when the man in the Santa costume began chasing her, she made it to a local store just in time to call the police. The man was identified as mentally unstable and was later caught still wearing his suit. Oh man, yeah, that is one thing you do. Like we kind of talked about yesterday. No, it was Tuesday on Paranormal Tuesday about the house up in Greenwich in Connecticut and how snowmans were just being built, and then the guy came over and he was a little mentally challenged and he just wanted to play with the boy, but even though he was like 60 or whatever and making snowman, creepy stuff, but man. If Santa Claus is in the bushes or in anything shady, you need just to move on. Don't fall for the old Santa in the bushes trick. That's actually how I met my girlfriend. I did the old Santa in the bushes trick. That old gag, the Santa in the bushes trick. All right, guys, we have the case of Santa Claus burglary. That's right, old Saint Nick. turned into the Grinch, I believe. A visit from Santa usually is a joyous occasion, especially when he's collecting for charity. A 22-year-old woman living in Birmingham thought this was an exact scenario. A man dressed as Santa knocked on the door. Unfortunately, his intentions were much darker. He hit her in the face before attempting to rob her house. He fled the premises shortly after. Holy Saint Nick. You know, not all Santas are good, guys, and we know this. Just look at Needles. The Santa that's running around Needles is an evil guy. I'm not saying I wouldn't let him around my kids. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Not all Santas are good. We're just saying. Guys. All right, up next. And the proof, we got the proof. So, up next. The case of the disorderly mall Santa. Again, guys. Oh, man, what's up with these bad Santas? In 2005, when a 52-year-old man appeared at Rockham Park Mall in a full Santa costume, for some reason or another, he decided it would be a good idea to drop his pants in front of everyone. Fortunately, he was wearing sweatpants underneath his costume. Nevertheless, he was arrested for disorderly conduct. Oh, Santa. Luckily, he was wearing sweatpants. Much like, remember we had that video where Santa lost his pants on accident, and he was wearing sweatpants as well. Maybe that's what you need to do. It's a long night out there for Santas. All right, up next, guys. The case of the Italian Hall disaster in Michigan. And I don't know what I didn't. Well, guys, apparently, oh, you know what? I do have something here. Hang on. I'm like, apparently there's something happened in Michigan. Hang on, guys. In 1913, Italian Hall disaster might have happened over centuries ago, but its tale that continues to cause despair. It was Christmas Eve in Calumet, Michigan, when a group of striking miner workers and their families gathered for the holidays. An unidentified person falsely yelled out, "Fire!" and the result was disastrous. In an effort to evacuate the building, 73 were killed due to the stampede. Wow, that ensued. Holy crap. Is that where "don't yell fire" in a building comes from? 75 people died. Holy crap. Man. I wouldn't want to be on my judgment day being like, yeah, I'm the guy who yelled fire. Did they ever catch the guy? It's 1913, so maybe not. All right, the case of the most unusual Christmas gift. Of course, it's Louisiana, guys. Parents can sometimes be at a loss when it comes to finding the perfect gift for their children. A man in Seidel thought he had the perfect solution. According to police reports, he robbed a pet store, taking the cash register and a couple snakes. When asked by the police why he committed the crime, he said it was for his son's Christmas present. Oh, well, you got to do what you got to do. I've heard stories about like around Halloween time. I have a lot of friends who work Halloween stores and all that, and I hear stories. One in particular that last year was a guy and a woman came in, older couple, probably like in their 30s, 40s, and loaded up a bunch of costumes in a Fortnite pizza bag, which was something they were selling, I guess, and tried to run out the door with it. And they ended up caught them. And my thought was, what kind of addict or what kind of horrible parent are you that you're stealing? Like, you obviously, whole long story, but I don't know their situation. I'm not judging them. I'm working on myself, guys. So anyway, next up is, of course, out of Florida. It's got to be out of Florida. The case of the stolen baby Jesus. A stolen baby Jesus from a nativity scene is all too common Christmas. It's an all too common Christmas crime. One case, which happened in Florida in 2007, was particularly unusual. When an 18-year-old woman from Florida, oh God, stole the ceramic figure, she assumed her crime would go unpunished. Little did she know that the figure actually rigged with a GPS system, and the cops quickly found out about her shenanigans. It's hard to tell what's more disturbing, the crime of stealing the baby Jesus or the assumption that the figure would need a GPS monitor in the first place. For real, man. I can see that, though. I could see like the novelty with kids, especially, what was she, 19 or something? The novelty with kids and stealing the baby Jesus from a nativity scene. Like, I get that. Like, I'm not condoning it by any means, but I've had like Halloween decorations stolen from my yard. I had the American flag right after 9/11. Somebody decided my flag would look better in their yard and came and took it. Just right off my porch. So, yeah, I totally believe that one. Totally believe that one. All right, up next, guys, is the case of the intoxicated Saint Nick. Volunteering to drive a Christmas float for a local holiday parade is a generous act. That is, until alcohol is factored into the mix. A man from South Carolina was drinking while driving a float, only meant to go a few miles per hour. Speeding at nearly 60 miles an hour, he was charged with intoxicated driving, open container, and a few more charges. Oh. Meanwhile, downtown Needles, California, Christmas parade. Oh my God. 60 miles an hour in a parade, and he was drinking while he was driving. It wasn't like he was like got drunk and then he was like pounding him as he was driving it. Hey, it's a parade. That was his hair. It's a parade. All right. We got up next, guys, out of Oregon. Our good friends in Oregon. The case of the stolen Christmas trees. Bum, bum, bum. When the economy tanked in 2008, many families had to get creative when making do with little less over the holidays. Others turned to borderline criminal. In Oregon, for example, policemen in Portland caught a man dragging his stolen Christmas tree down the street at 3 a.m. You know, I'm wondering how that's going to affect this year's Christmas, the economy, all that kind of stuff. What they didn't tell you was it was the day after Christmas. He was dragging this tree down the street at 3 a.m. No, I'm just kidding. My cousin, who is a special kind of human being, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. He's had his issues, addiction issues, been in and out of prison. Could have been a great guy. Just went down a different track. Still could be. Hopefully, say your prayers for my cousin Shane. In 5 years, we'll see what kind of man he becomes. But in the meantime, what was it? In the meantime, he used to do that on Christmas. They would go on Christmas Eve. They would go get their Christmas tree for free or next to nothing, and then they would get like 3 or 4 of them. And but when you're on a different plane, things make sense, I guess, that normally wouldn't make sense to us. All right, last but not least, guys, is we got the case of the terrorized Frosty float. The fact that the victim of a brutal Christmas stabbing happened to be a giant Frosty float somehow doesn't make it any less disturbing. The perpetrators were 2 teenagers in the Cullen Township area. They violently attacked with a knife the 12-foot figure in a resident's yard. Fortunately, the 2 were caught on videotape having committed the crime repeatedly and were eventually arrested and fined. Well, you know, guys, when you're taking on a 12-foot Frosty, you can't just go in hands up, man. A 12-foot Frosty is going to toss you up every time. You need to have your knife, and you need to come in serious. If Frosty crosses a line, he doesn't get a special pass, guys. Oh, man. So that was your True Crime Thursday, guys. That was your top crimes of Christmas. That's right. All right, guys. Got to throw that production value every time we get it. All right, I'm going to bounce out of here, guys. I'm going to go take some more Theraflu and probably take a nap. So I will see you guys at 7:10. Don't forget to vote. Everything's open, ready to rock and roll, guys. Blow up those comments. Get in on all these giveaways. Appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you next time on It's 420 Somewhere. That's right, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com.
Check out our merchandise and amazing content.
And follow us on all our social media.